If this is your first lesson with me, welcome. You're in for an absolute treat today, especially if you slice that golf ball with your irons, but especially if you do that with your driver as well. Before we come on to today's lesson, please hit that link below to sign up to get on that waiting list for lessons with myself here at Whittleby Park Golf Club. Now, you slice the driver. You are one of 80% of golfers that tend to curve the ball for right-handed golfers out to the right-hand side. It is frustrating. It can be demoralizing and it could be score wrecking. But here's the most effective way to be able to cope with it and to be able to get rid of it for good. Now, if we think logically about it, the slice is created mostly by an open club face. Now, a lot of you out there will go, oh, it's not. It's created by an out-to-in path. Yes, it is. But if you can fix the face, the path will very much have an effect, but it won't have as big an effect. So if we fix the face, the biggest screw to turn is the face. The path of the golf club, the direction in which that golf club travels, will massively react in a positive way. So we need to fix the face, but how do we do that? There's numerous ways, numerous ways. But for me, one of the most efficient and effective ways is this. So as we come into that golf ball, what I want you to do, I want you to do two things. And these are going to feel really, really different to you, especially if you're not used to doing them, especially if you slice it, you are not used to doing these at all. First things first, we have to make sure that when we come into the golf ball, the toe of the golf club is getting there first. And by the toe of the golf club, we mean the club face is closing, okay? And we close that club face by allowing the hands, not the shoulders, by allowing the hands to get that toe to the golf ball first. And that's the difference. So we need to make sure it's using the forearms, wrist to let that club rotate, let that toe get to the golf ball first. Remember, and look, we're not using our bigger muscles to get that toe to the golf club. We're using just simply our forearms. Try this at home. This is something you can do at home. Make sure, put the golf club out in front of you and let your forearm and wrist rotate so your toe gets to the golf ball first. That's absolutely priority number one. So make sure you're allowing that to occur because it's important. It can't go to the right. And yes, again, a lot of you are going to say, yes, that's going to go miles left. But especially if you've been so used to in your golfing career hitting that ball right, you are going to be well pleased to see that golf ball even go even a sniff to the left-hand side. So make sure the toe gets there first. Secondly, slightly less priority, but a priority nonetheless. When you come to the golf ball and that toe is getting there first, I want you to, again, very slowly simulate when you're doing your practice swings. I want you to, when you come into impact, I want you to see, when you look down on the golf ball, your left shoulder. I don't want to see that right shoulder. Because again, the problem is when we come a little bit out to in, i.e. when we slice across the ball, look, if we think about it, we're coming into that golf ball, we're seeing more of the right shoulder and not the left shoulder. So make sure we do completely the opposite. So when we're coming into impact, we're seeing that left shoulder and not your right shoulder. But please, please, please do this ultra slow, because if you do it quick, man down, you're going to struggle. So we need to do those two things. We need to make sure the toe is getting there first, and two, at impact, that left shoulder is very much in our view and not our right shoulder. And lo and behold, if we combine those two feelings, we're going to get the most wonderful draw and stop that slice for good.